Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Aisyah binti Abu. My matric number 10 DIB 90F121C.
My name is Nur Emilia binti Samsuri. Matric number is 10 DIB 19F1069. Okay, today I would like to present about the pie chart and bar graph.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nur Najwa binti Mia Azman. My matric number is 10 DIB 19F1204.
Hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is Nurul Aida Farhana binti Muhammad Zani. Nombor matrik 10DIB 19F1036.
Okay, I will start with the table. The table show the graph and demographic information of the respondent. Okay, the demographic data were gathered, namely gender, age, and department. Okay. This table have 61 respondent, female respondent, and 35 male respondent. Okay. Were involved in this study. Okay. As for semester, student for 4 inks rank were involved in the survey. The majority of the respondent were aged 90 to 20 with 79 respondents. Then it can be clearly seen at the age 30 to 50 is low respondent with 4 students. For the department, the highest number of respondents come for commerce department with 37 respondents. 12 students from medical engineering and information technology and communicate department respectively. The bar graph depicts the respondent feedback on the Wi-Fi rating among the students. Y-axis represent the number of respondents, while Y-axis represent the rating. It can be clearly seen that the rating of the code is higher than number of the respondent which are accounted for 44 respondents. Furthermore, the lowest rating is excellent was chosen 5 respondents. Meanwhile, the rating of poor is marginally higher than fair. The difference between the two ratings is 2 respondents. In the conclusion, the majority of students choose rating of the good of the PSP Wi-Fi is good.
Okay, first let's look at to the pie chart. Okay, the title of pie chart is reason why students use PSP Wi-Fi. Okay, there are 4 reasons recorded which can improve questioning answering technique, can improve the difficult subject, can access information easily and quickly, and can obtain more relevant and appropriate information. Okay, the largest segment of the chart, which made up exactly 3/5 of the total respondent, state that can access information easily and quickly was a main reason why students use PSP Wi-Fi. Okay, this is followed by can obtain more relevant and appropriate information, which 21.3% of the total respondent. Then it go through with 2 respondents among students, which is can improve the difficult subject and can improve questioning answering technique has different just 3.3%. Okay, the sum up, the main reason why students use PSP Wi-Fi is can access information easily and quickly. Second, let's look at to the bar graph. The title of bar graph is Feedback on the Students Imposed on Wi-Fi Security Password for Access. Okay, y-axis represent the number of respondents, while x-axis represent the rating. Okay, it can be clearly seen that the student impulse of agree is the highest than the other number, which are accounted for 63 respondents. Okay, furthermore, the lowest student impulse is strongly disagree was chosen by 5 respondents. Meanwhile, the student impulse of disagree is marginally higher than strongly agree. The difference between these two student impulse is about 4 respondents. In conclusion, the majority of students choose impulse on Wi-Fi security password for access is agree. Okay, next, let's look at to the second bar graph. The title of this bar graph is Feedback on the Time of Student Use PSP Wi-Fi. Okay, y-axis represent the number of respondents, while x-axis is represent the time. Okay, it can be clearly seen that the time of 8 a.m. until 12 p.m. is the highest than the other number, which are accounted for 49 respondents. Furthermore, the lowest time is 5 p.m. until 10 p.m. was chosen by 26 respondents. Meanwhile, the time of 10 a.m. until 12 a.m. is marginally higher than 12 p.m. until 5 p.m. Okay, the difference between these two times is about 4 respondents. Okay, in conclusion, the majority of students choose the time of usually used PSP Wi-Fi is 8 a.m. until 12 p.m.
Okay, I would like to continue my part in this presentation. I'm gonna explain to you the detail in 2 bar graph and 1 pie chart. I also gonna give my conclusion about our topic and investigation on Wi-Fi in PSP. First of all, this bar graph shows us the respondent feedback on the preferred day to use PSP Wi-Fi. As you can see at the bar graph, y-axis represent for the number of the total respondent, and x-axis represent for the days. We can see the graph, it show weekday the highest than the other days, which accounted for 50 respondent. Next, we look at the second highest. It shows us after class was chosen by 43 respondents, and this marginally higher than on weekend by 27 respondents. So we look the lowest day, it is weekdays, was chosen by 12 respondents. So what we can conclude, the majority of students prefer weekdays and weekday and after class, because most students use Wi-Fi during the working week to complete assignment given by lecturer. We go through the next slide.
Okay, the first graph is about time spent using PSP Wi-Fi. The bar graph show the respondent feedback on the time spent using PSP Wi-Fi. The y-axis represent the number of respondents, while x-axis represent the time taken spent using PSP Wi-Fi. It bar be clearly seen that the number of respondents who spent 3 hours using PSP Wi-Fi was the highest than any other time, which accounted for 41 respondents. Meanwhile, the number respondents who spent 6 hours was the lowest with a total of 11 respondents. In addition, students who spent for more than 6 hours was higher than who spent 5 hours. In conclusion, the majority of students choose time spent of the PSP Wi-Fi was 3 hours. Next, the graph is about internet plan that students use. The bar graph depicts the respondent feedback on the internet plan that student PSP use. Y-axis represent the number of respondents, while x-axis is represent for the internet plan. It can be clearly seen the internet plan of Celcom is the higher than the other number, which are accounted for 44 respondents. Furthermore, the lowest internet plan is Unify, was chosen by 11 respondents. Meanwhile, the internet plan of Maxis and Digi is same. The internet plan of U-Mobile is marginally higher than Unify. The difference between these two internet plan, U-Mobile and Unify, is about 7 respondents. In conclusion, the majority of students choose internet plan is Celcom. The pie chart is about the gadget that students use when using PSP Wi-Fi. Okay. The pie chart show the respondent which gadget the student use when using PSP Wi-Fi. There are 4 types of gadget that student can use while using PSP Wi-Fi, which is laptop, computer, smartwatch, and smartphone. The highest segment of the chart from the total number of respondents is smartphone. This is followed by laptop, which is 42.6% of the total respondent, while the other 2 gadgets that students don't use when using PSP Wi-Fi are computer and smartwatch. In conclusion, the main reason why students choose smartphone as a gadget when using PSP Wi-Fi is easy to carry to anywhere.
Okay, now I'm gonna show you my second slide, which is a bar graph. This bar graph shows us the normally used PSP Wi-Fi among the students. We can see y-axis represent the number of respondent, while x-axis represent the place. The place of hostel is the higher than the other number, which accounted for 57 respondents. We look the lowest place is library, was chosen by 18 respondents. The plate of PSP Cafe is marginally higher than class. We can see the difference between PSP Cafe and class is about 3 respondents. Lastly, the conclusion that I come from this bar graph is most of the PSP student choose the place to use the PSP Wi-Fi is hostel. Okay, now this is my next slide, which is a pie chart. This pie chart shows us a student's level satisfaction with PSP Wi-Fi. This pie chart has four options recorded, which is very certified, dissatisfied, and very dissatisfied. Uh, as you can see on the slide, has the biggest segment of the pie chart, which 46 of the total respondent chosen certified. At the main students level satisfaction with PSP, this pie this pie chart followed by 29 respondent chosen dissatisfied, and around 18 responded chosen very dissatisfied. The last number of respondent is very satisfied with 9 respondent. In summary, what I got this is majority of student chooses certified with PSP Wi-Fi. The conclusion all of the result shows that overall Polytechnic Seberang Perai student certified with the Wi-Fi service provided, but there are still students who are dissatisfied because the internet speed and the coverage not meeting the students expectation. It's important to provide a good Wi-Fi service in the Polytechnic to help student access required information very quickly and efficiently.